Hello and welcome back, students. It's Narzia Begum here, your physics lecturer. Today we are going to discuss about the grouping of cells, that is in series and in parallel. As in case of resistance, we have already discussed what is series and what is parallel combination. So in series combination, you can see one cell is connected to other in series. Okay, here you can see figure 2.18. Here you can see three cells are there having the EMF values E1, E2 and E3 and internal resistances R1, R2 and R3 respectively. These three are connected in series with an external resistance. Okay. The negative terminal of first cell is connected to positive terminal of other, second one. Then negative terminal of second cell is connected to positive of third, and then positive of first and negative of third is connected together with the external resistance capital R. And here you can see current I is flowing in the circuit. Here you can see total EMF of the circuit E total ET equals to E1 plus E2 plus En. Here in diagram we have shown three cells, but suppose if n number of cells are connected in series, so that time total EMF will be Et equals to E1 plus E2 plus till the En. And what will be total resistance? As we have already derived in series circuit, the total resistance is the algebraic sum of individual resistances. So RT, R total equals to external resistance plus total internal resistance. So we have assumed that total n number of cells are connected in series. So internal resistance is R1 plus R2 to Rn. So what will be the amount of current supplied by the combination? Current I equals to V upon T from Ohm's law. Okay, V means voltage, that is if maximum voltage is there, so we can call it as EMF. So in place of V we put E. So total current in the circuit I equals to ET upon RT, put the values. Now suppose the EMF of all the cells are equal as well as their internal resistances are also equal. So here in place of E1, E2, En, we simply put E plus E plus E plus E. How many times? N times. So that means N into E. And here in internal resistance also, we can put R plus R to N times. So that is N into R. Okay. So this is our desired equation for current I, which is equals to Ne upon R plus Nr. Now we will discuss some special cases. Okay, if suppose external resistance is very high than total internal resistance, then what will be the value of I? Here in this equation, if R is very large then Nr, so Nr can be neglected. Okay, so when Nr equals to 0, what we get? Ne upon R. Okay, Ne upon R, that means N times E upon R, that is N into current supply by one cell. Okay, suppose Nr is very greater than R, so that time R can be neglected. Okay. When R is 0 here, then I equals to Ne upon Nr, Nn cancel, we got E upon R, that is current supplied by one cell. Now in these two cases you can see that here when internal resistance is greater than external one, how much current we are getting? We are getting the current which is supplied by only one cell. But when internal resistance is less than external, that time we are getting current supplied by one cell into n times current supplied by one cell. That means in this case the current is maximum. So in series combination, if we want to draw the maximum current, then the external resistance must be greater than the total internal resistance. Okay, this condition you must by heart, because in examination this type of question can come, that in series combination what is the condition for drawing maximum current in series combination, what is the condition for drawing maximum current in parallel combination. So such questions can be asked. Okay, so be very careful about this. So when the cells are connected in series, to draw the maximum amount of current, external resistance should be more than the internal one. Okay. Now move to next topic, cells in parallel. So here in figure 2.19 you can see cells are there, E1, E2, En are the EMFs, and R1, R2, Rn are the internal resistances of the cells which are connected parallel to each other. Okay, and they together connected to external resistance. As we have already discussed, in case of parallel combination of resistances, that at a particular point the current divides itself into different parts. Okay, so suppose from here the current is flowing from positive to negative. Okay, current is flowing from positive to negative. So suppose the current supplied by first cell is I1, second cell is I2, and third cell is I3, and like that n number of cells are there. So current supplied by nth cell is In. Students, in case of resistances we have seen that current is splitted up, but here because we are using cells now, so current will be added up. So current from first cell, second cell and nth cell, they all come here at this point and they all combine. Okay, and becomes the total current of the circuit I. So what is the value of I? It is I1 plus I2 plus In. I hope the diagram is clear to you. And here in this topic we are going to use Kirchhoff's law, which I have not explained you till now but will be explained in next topics. So here you just see what equation we are getting from that law and how we are getting that I will explain you in next topic. So by applying Kirchhoff's loop rule to the circuits, we are getting this equation. When we simplify this to get the value of I1, we get this equation. Okay, so this is for the first loop. Let me show you first loop. This is the first loop. Okay, this one. Okay, sorry, this one is first loop. Here current is I1, internal resistance is R1, EMF is I1, external resistance is R. So first we derive the value of I1 from Kirchhoff's law. Then by applying the Kirchhoff's law in second loop, we derive the value of I2, and similarly till In we will derive the value of currents. By getting all the values and putting it in the Ohm's law, we will find this one. Okay, first of all we get the value of I1, I2 and In. Then we know I equals to I1 plus I2 till In. So put the values here. In place of I1 we put this one, in place of I2 we put this one, similarly for In we put this one. Okay, then IR is common term in all of them. Okay, so IR and R1, R2, R3, this we separate. All the positive terms we keep together, all the negative terms, you can see here negative terms, that we keep together. Okay. Now further solution of this equation we will see in second part.